Welcome to another guide to, with me, MrSealyp. The Massey Ferguson 356 loader pack. This is a new mod out from White Bull Modding. It's been out on PC for a little while already, but it came out on console yesterday. I just didn't get a chance to actually do the video yesterday. But here I am today. As I often do, a bit of information. I'm sure I'll get told by other people this is wrong. I found this in an encyclopedia, so I'm hoping this isn't going to be wrong. Anyway, the Massey Ferguson 356 originated from the Massey Ferguson Works Bull Model 1001. After Massey Ferguson changed its name to Massey Ferguson in 1957, the company formally entered into the construction industry with construction machinery. The Massey Ferguson 356 remained part of their lineup of wheel loaders until 1971, I think it was. And it started off with a Continental engine in it, but that was swapped out for a 60 horsepower Perkins diesel engine after Massey Ferguson purchased Perkins in 1959. So this wheel loader has been around for a while, and interestingly it's referred to as a wheel loader, but in game it comes up in the skid steer loader section, which is a bit peculiar, but nonetheless we'll have a quick look install first, then we'll have a look around the mods, and then we'll have a look at pros and cons, things I like about it, all the usual stuff I normally do on a guide too. So first things first, let's go. Well, you can look at it straight away in Massey Ferguson if you want to do it that way, or like I say, it's in skid steer loaders, not wheel loaders, which is unusual. But anyway, if I scroll right the way across until I get to it, there we go. Massey Ferguson 356, Massey Ferguson shovel and fork. The shovel has a 3,000 litre capacity, so that's actually no slouch. You often find sometimes the buckets on wheel load skid steer loaders are like 1,897 litres or something odd. Obviously there's the CSZ packs and all those kind of things, and then you've got the Massey Ferguson forks at only £700, and the shovel's only 300. The actual skid steer load, the loader itself, is only 15,000. That puts it right up there for me as viable options. And you'll see why in a moment. When we look at it, there is only one option, that is to change the rim colour. A bit like with the JCBs, you can change the rim colour from yellow to grey, and that's it. That's all there is available. Now this says it's 50 horsepower, and it's 12 miles an hour, and that says -1 on the slot count. It was 10 when before I actually obviously got the ones to put into the game. It was -10 on your slot count, which again is pretty good, because if you scroll across and you look at the skid steer loaders, the skid steer loaders I think sit at 11, the Bobcat is 11, and I'm pretty sure these are 12, yeah. So it's only a 10 on your slot count. Again, another positive, which is pretty cool, I have to say. That is it in store. There's not really a lot else to talk about. So we'll have a quick look around them. This obviously is the one with the yellow rims. Obviously it's looking a bit dirty. I drove it over there to take the screenshot, so it's got a bit mucky. And this is the one with the grey. There's no other difference to it other than that. Now, it looks quite flat in that there's not a huge amount of detail and texture, but looking online at various different pictures of these, they were, to be honest with you. But that said, there's a lot of detail on here that when you get closer, that kind of mottled look on the paintwork, when you come around to the front, it's got that shiny glint on it, you know, to show that it's kind of polished and clean. The old Massey Ferguson logo on the front there. It's a nice tidy mod, and realistically there's not a lot else to it. You know, it's got a weight on the back, rear wheel steer, front wheel drive. It's really cool. It really is a cool little mod, and it is seriously growing on me. I'm already thinking of options of where I can use this and replace other things for it. Now, interestingly, when you look at the steering wheel, we'll have a look in cab in a minute. It's kind of not got sort of straight edges to it. It's not perfectly round, but even the detail on the seat, it kind of, I don't know. It's good. It's a good mod. I like it. Now these are the two options that come with it. Those are the forks, and that's the bucket. Now I don't know if the forks are adjustable in and out, or side to side, if you know what I mean. We'll have a look at that in a second. There are a couple of drawbacks, but there are a lot of positives. And for me, I think the positives definitely outweigh the drawbacks. So let's have a jump inside. Start it up. And this really chucks out some black smoke as well. Kind of shows you how old it is. Look at that. Oh. If there's any of you eco nuts out there, you're going to hate that. But there you go. Rear wheel steer. We've got lights, or beacon, front light, rear light, main beam. There are no indicators. If we look inside, like I said, the steering wheel is kind of, it's not hexagonal, it's not even octagonal. But when I turn the lights on, there's nothing else comes up on the dashboard. That's just it. I like the fact you've got the sort of the cab, call it a cab, cage, whatever you want to call it. I love that view. And when you turn the steering wheel, it almost goes round as it turns, but I like that view a lot. I don't know, there's something about that. It's really kind of grabbed to me. I don't know why. It's one of those very peculiar things. So we'll come back outside. I'll have a quick look around actually. Visibility is actually pretty good. And that's another one of the positives I'm going to talk about in a minute. So let's first of all hook up to the forks. Now I'm pretty sure because that looks like it's fixed, but wait, bear with me 1 second. No, the forks are fixed. I thought I'd try them, you never know. Now here's one drawback that I have noticed. Pallet forks, and they're very, very good, and they've got a little, well, you've already seen from the thumbnail, and it's probably obviously doing the rounds already. First massive positive, and it is this. I've been waiting ages for a set of forks that come with straps, because I'm forever putting something on the forks. You turn around in the yard or move to do something. As soon as you spin round or you turn or you stop, or the whatever's on the front flies off and goes all over the place. This has got tension belts. If I do R1 and R3, tension belts, that's brilliant. But here's the weird thing. If I go up, and it's got quite a good reach on it, not bad at all. How that actually corresponds to a bobcat or something, well, I said maybe at least one have a look. But when you come down to the bottom, that's it. That's as low as that goes. It doesn't go all the way down to the ground, which is a bit worrying. That said, if you come up to a pallet, like, if I get this lined up a little bit better, that would be more helpful, wouldn't it? Like so. If I dip those forks forward, and now go under it, it will go under them and pick it up. It's just, it doesn't really go all the way down to the ground, which is a bit peculiar. So what I can do now, I can either get out and come around to the front, and I'm pretty sure, there you go, do that. I can put the straps on and it holds it on, it's not going anywhere. That's absolutely fantastic. That is a massive thumbs up for me. So already we've got, slot count's pretty good. The price is immaculate. You're looking at skid steer loaders, 60 grand. You're looking at, if you get the Kramer, that's 60 odd grand. If you get, which was the next best option, the Bobcat, which was down to 25 grand. This is 15 now. That is a massive, massive thing. That's just brilliant. I love that. So if I do it in cab, I can do R1, R3, put them both on, off. I can do them individually from outside if I want to. Now this will also attach to other things. I've had a bit of a fiddle round. I tried to put another bit of equipment on actually. I tried to put this on the front. Sort of imagine I was going to put it on the front and deliver it somewhere. It didn't like that very much. It put the strap just went right across the front here. But I think it will go around logs. Not obviously if it logs that way. but I think if you put like a big stump on or something like that, it'll work. So that's the forks. That's brilliant, absolutely amazing. Now the bucket, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a bucket. It doesn't do anything else other than be a bucket, which is what it's kind of designed to do. But I do like the fact it's a 3,000 litre, which is pretty good. And that's the bucket, really. I mean, there's not a lot else to it. But another bonus, another plus, is this. It hooks up to pretty much everything. As long as it's skid steer loader, it hooks up. It doesn't always necessarily look particularly pretty. It doesn't look... So if you look at that one there, inside the bucket, you can actually see the loader bits. And that's obviously, you know, because it's not designed to be on this. But it does hook up, and it does work. Now that's the JCB one, a standard in-game one. If I unhook that, it will work on the CSZ, or CSZ, depends how you want to say it. Which, this makes this the Swiss Army knife. This is the multi-tool. And I know the other skid steer loaders will do this as well. There's, you know, I get it, but again, price, convenience, it will work on the forks. Now, interestingly, if I put it on the JCB forks, it goes all the way down to the ground with the JCB forks, which means picking up pallets is a little bit easier. However, if I put JCB forks on, or any other input, of course, if I now press R1 and R3, there's no option for fasten tension belts. There are no tension belts. The tension belt thing is not on this loader. The tension belts are on the actual forks themselves. So if you use a different set of forks, there are no tension belts. But it does hook up to other ones. That's, you know, the plus. It hooks up to the Rayboard Xylor, which again, massive bonus. I think that's... Again, it's not supposed to go on there, I don't suppose. And if you look at the rods at the end, they don't actually meet. It looks a bit unsightly and all the rest of it, but it does work. You often find with certain things they'll hook up, but only to the things that come in their pack. This doesn't. This works really well. Now, one drawback compared to the skid steer loaders, this thing doesn't turn on a dime. It's got quite a large turning circle. It's quite long, so like I say, if you're working in a tight yard or you haven't got much space, the skid steer loaders are obviously going to be a better option. But this has also got something else, not up its sleeve, but something that I really like, and I'm going to show you. Now, I've tried a lot on various different Let's Plays and various different games to drive in cab. Loading and unloading in cab is horrendous. However, and I don't know what it is that Whiteball Modding have done. I don't know why it's different. Look at that. I love that view. I just love to see the tyres going. I don't know what it is. Anyway, it makes me smile. For some reason, something about this, for me, has made this so much easier. If I just release the tension belts, you can see that, and you can see the angle it's at. I don't know, I just find it looks, for me, far easier. You can kind of almost get the depth perception. I mean, that's... I don't think I've ever been able to do that. I mean, it's not perfect, it requires a little bit of work, but for loading and unloading, I'm also thinking, get a set of CSZ bale spikes on the front there. Bale stacking is going to be a dream. I think because you can really see the angle of that very clearly. You can see whether it's straight or dipped or up, or, you know, that's going to make in-cab loading way easier. I don't know, maybe that's just me. I don't know whether, you know, I don't know what it is, but I just think if I dip those down to the ground... Now, this is my point, is that it doesn't... Yeah, it doesn't go in properly. I don't like the fact I don't go down to the ground. It's like it's hitting a stop and that's it. So then you have to tip it forward to get it to go on, which then means it becomes a bit of a balancing act. That's a drawback. That's, you know, as you can see, I've just sort of knocked those over. There's me just saying it's perfect for loading and unloading. I think it's that that's causing that little bit of an issue. But other than that, I like it. I really do. It's another one of those ones, if you're starting a Let's Play or you're starting a game and you want a loader and you haven't got a huge amount of money because you haven't made much money yet, 15 grand? That's a no-brainer. It really is a no-brainer. Tension belts on the front forks. You know, I don't know why they haven't done that more, because that's a brilliant touch to have on there. But anyway, that's it. I'm sure there are probably loads more things that the tension belts will go around. I'm sure people are going to be out there and have been out there for the last 24 hours testing everything they possibly can to see what the tension belts will go around and what they won't. I haven't covered all of it, so there's absolutely no way I could. But that's it. The Massey Ferguson 356 loader pack from White Ball Modding. Big thumbs up. I like it a lot. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.